quilters, welcome back to Quilting Your Legacy. I'm Emily and today we are going to dive into something that is very close to my heart. The workbook I created is called How Small Wins Build Quilting Confidence. If you've ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or like you'll never finish another quilt, this is for you. Because the truth is, you don't need a huge finish to feel successful. You just need those small wins to remind you that I can do this, and this workbook is your place to capture those wins. Why small wins matter. Here's a little story. When I started quilting, I was about 10 years old and I started sewing at my grandmother's quilt shop called Norton House Quilting in Wilmington, Vermont. We were there for 56 years, so I know that so many of you have amazing stories about being at the quilt shop. Well, little 10-year-old Emily would watch my grandma and the employees pick fabrics, stitch them together, and what that shop celebrated wasn't the perfect seam. It was the effort. It was the going back and still creating more despite any hiccups that came along the way. There would be a block of the month. I believe it was called like a buck a block. Again, I'm sure many of you know all about it, but with that buck of a block, people would bring their blocks back in and she would countlessly say, one block finished, that's a win. That memory and the group of quilters that would come back every single month with their block made is what this workbook is all based around. And that is the memory and the heartbeat of this workbook. Quilting is not about perfection. It's about showing up, making progress, and celebrating every step of the journey. So when you're filling out this workbook, it's not just about check marks. It's not just about filling out each of the questionnaires. It's really about building that confidence with every little stitch. So I'm going to walk you through a few of the different pages in the workbook. Go ahead and in the description, you will see how to download your own version of this workbook. But we're going to start on the intro page. This is where you are going to start to write your name and the date. Simple, but yet powerful. This marks the start of quilting your legacy right now, today, in your workbook. Small wins tracker. Okay, this is where the magic truly happens. Did you cut out those 3 strips for your table topper? Did you thread your sewing machine? Did you sew 1 quilt block? Write it down, because this is where the progress truly begins to unfold. And then as a fun personal story, when I was working on the Farmhouse Blues, which is the quilt right behind me, basically I would only have 20 minutes at the end of the day. But with the workbook's help, this is where I would track down, even if I was only able to cut out a few different of the squares, I would only sew a few of the blocks, I would write it down, because then at the end of the week, suddenly it didn't feel like I was left behind. I was moving forward, even if I only had that short bit of time. And then on the reflection page, this is where you take a pause. This is where you write down how quilting makes you feel throughout the day. Maybe you felt calm, or maybe you felt frustrated, but proud that you kept going. That reflection makes your wins sink in a bit deeper. And then the journaling prompts are really what unfolds the whole Quilting Your Legacy adventure and the whole Quilting Your Legacy story. So here's where the story truly begins. Who are you sewing it for? What fabrics are you choosing, and why are you choosing those fabrics? These notes are a part of your legacy that your quilt alone can't tell. And reflection is literally the secret sauce to quilting your legacy, because the quilts aren't just fabric and thread. They are memories, they are stories, and they are love stitched in. When you take just 5 minutes to reflect, you're actually preserving the story for yourself and for who you made the quilt for, and for who snuggles underneath the quilt. Think about it this way. This workbook is the bridge between your sewing table and your story. And once you start capturing those thoughts, you'll see your quilting confidence grow with every project. If you don't have your copy yet, check the show description, get your copy downloaded. It is a free workbook. Print it out, put it on your tablet, and fill out the pages, and let us know where you are on your Quilting Your Legacy adventure. And seriously, after you download your workbook, sit at your desktop and use it. Write down today's wins, jot 1 reflection, start quilting your legacy right now. And if you want to take it one step further, join us on the Quilting Your Legacy Table Topper Club, where we meet every single month and we create a different table topper. It is a great opportunity at the end of the year to gift those table toppers to your favorite people, because month after month, that is where we get our true wins from, because your quilting is worth telling a story and a celebration. Remember, your quilts do not have to be perfect to be meaningful. Every small win adds up to something absolutely beautiful. And until next time, use your fabric stash, sew something so worthy, and keep quilting your legacy.